It's Rachel, and I'm coming to you from my super glamorous seed starting space in my basement to talk about seed organization because I found a container not intended for seed storage at all, but it's working really, really well, and I wanted to share it in case other people find it helpful. I'm going to show you my before picture, if you promise not to judge. This is the hot mess that we had before. And the way that I used to store my seeds was to keep the original seed packets that they came in, the paper packets, and I would sort them by plant family, and I would put them in a hanging shoe organizer. And it worked perfectly well for the first couple of years. The drawback, one, as you can tell from this horrific photo, is that I outgrew it. Over the years, I add different varieties, I try different things, and I had just exceeded my available space. I could have just bought more shoe organizers. Chose not to for a couple of reasons. The main one was moisture. My basement definitely checks 2 of the 3 boxes for seed storage. Those 3 are dark, cool, and dry. That's what you want for seed storage. My basement, definitely dark, definitely cool, not dry. And so that was bothering me. I really wanted to figure out a way to store my seeds where they'd have a better moisture protection. The other kind of just more emotional reason is that for the last over a year now, between the COVID outbreak and my MS diagnosis and homeschooling 2 kids while we both work full-time from home, everything was really just overwhelming. We started approaching things with a very intentional kind of minimalist. How can we shrink our lives? How can we make things simpler? And I think buying a bunch more shoe organizers and just hanging more of them up felt like against that somehow emotionally. So I really wanted to find a system that was simple and small and wouldn't take up a lot of space and just felt more manageable and organized. This is the much improved after of our seed organization. These are the containers. They are for diamond painting. I have never done that in my life, but it apparently involves placing colorful resin dots onto paper, and it requires organizing all these little resin dots. So this is great for seeds. I'll just show you. This comes, generally there's little packets of 4 cubes that are physically connected to each other. Each one has its own little snap lid. They come with multiple sheets of labels, so I can change these in the future if I want. And then they drop right in here. Each of these containers holds 7 of those rows, so you have 28 total per container. And this kit that I picked up has 4 of these, so it can hold 112 seeds total. In my case, and I discovered this, I organized my entire life in my bullet journal, and this was no exception. So as I was going through and writing these down, I discovered that I have 108 different seed varieties that I was keeping in here. And I needed, in fact, all 112 spots because, I'll give you the one downside of these. This is my Italian striped zucchini seed. And just like 1 seed packet of it, I needed 2 of these containers to fit them because they are bigger seeds. That's a soybean seed. If I was going to try and put them into these containers, I probably would have consumed, 4 of these rows just with 1 variety of seed, and that didn't make sense. So for the bigger seeds, like the soybeans, I am going to keep them still in my shoe organizer, and I can live with that. But overall, really, really happy with these containers. You get, the individual rows of 4 and their own snap lids. They are then enclosed within these plastic cases. And so from a moisture perspective, they're double barriered. And then if you really want to get crazy, it also comes with its own little zippered pouch. And so the zippered pouch would be even a 3rd layer of protection on this. So from a moisture perspective, way, way, way better. And then obviously just from a space efficiency perspective, that hot mess from before now fits in a space that's this big. Now that the growing season is kicking back in, we're going to be back in the swing of things, posting roughly a video every week. So subscribe if you'd like to see that for different tips and tricks as we go. I will say, I think the next one is going to be on DIY seed tape. I make my own out of toilet paper in keeping with the deeply glamorous life that I lead. And somebody asked me about this recently, so I will post a short video on how we make this because it's pretty handy. Until then, I hope everybody's growing season is off to a good start. I hope you're all healthy and hanging in there along with us. So this will be a better year, right? That's my mantra anyway. So look for the next video, and until then, thanks for watching. Have a good one.